Good afternoon. Welcome to the May edition in our Supply Chain Management webinar series. A few housekeeping things before we get started. If you have a question during the webinar, raise your hand on your control panel there, and if I have time, I'll stop and answer your question as we go along. If not, I'll stay around after the webinar is over and answer all questions for as long as it takes. As with all of our webinars, later on this afternoon, this webinar will be up on our website where you can view the entire webinar or any of our previous webinars. So let's get started. Customer-focused manufacturing. What we're going to talk about today are the requirements that our customers have regarding our product. Then we're going to look at the value of the product to the customer. And here we're not only going to be looking at the external customers, but the internal customers also. And then we're going to wrap up this webinar with a look at the House of Toyota framework for lean manufacturing, which is one way to meet the customer's requirements that they have for our products. So, without further ado, let's get going. Our customers require high quality products. What higher quality product do we all use than milk, which we get at our local food stores, convenience stores, just about any place. Our customers are really looking for a quality product that they can trust that will do what they want it to do. In addition to that high quality, customers want flexibility. Not only do they want regular milk, but they want 2% milk, they want 1% milk, they want skim milk, they want chocolate milk, they want milk in small self-contained packages that they can take with them without refrigeration. They want milk in quart sizes. They want milk in gallon sizes. So our customers, when we're talking about our products, they want a whole bunch of variety. They want to be able to go in and buy just what they need at that time. Now, if they're going to have a whole bunch of teenage boys in the house for a party over the weekend, during the daytime, they're going to want a whole bunch of milk. So they may actually come in and buy 3 or 4 gallons of milk. So our customers want the ability to have different specifications, different volumes, and different types of milk. In addition to that, our customers want short lead times. If you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, like some of us do, and you want to have your breakfast of cereal and fruit, and you find out that you don't have any milk in the house, you want to be able to run down to the local convenience store right down the street, pick up a gallon of milk, come back to the house, and have your breakfast. Elapsed time, a couple minutes. In my case, I don't know about everyone else's. So, customers want a quality product. They want scalability in how much they buy. They want some different types of the product, and they want it right away, very short lead time. In addition to that, though, they want low cost. So, in understanding what our customers want, we then have to develop a way to create the products to meet their specifications and also to deliver it at a cost that they are willing to pay, that they see value in. So that takes care of some of the requirements our customers have for our products. Now, let's look at the value of the product to the customer. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the webinar a couple minutes ago, we're going to look at this customer perspective, not only from the end user of our product, but from several of the customers in the supply chain that actually produces the product itself. So here we go. For a customer wanting a car, a nice Chevy Volt like this, they want a car that meets or exceeds their expectation. In this example here, the customer wants a car that they get in, it'll start up, it'll run every time, it'll get them where they want to go. It doesn't give them any problems. They most likely have some requirements of special features and options on it. Basically, what Chevy is trying to do with the Chevy Volt here is meet those expectations as a minimum. But you see, the value proposition here is not only just meeting the customer's expectations, but exceeding them. For example, you forget to turn off the headlights. You walk into the office. You come back 4 hours later to go to lunch and you see your headlights are on and you say, oh, that car is not going to start because I drained the battery. But just on the chance that the company might have exceeded your expectations with that battery, you get in, put the key in the ignition, turn it on, and the car starts. That's what we're talking about, not only meeting the customer's expectations for reliability and everything, but then exceeding their expectations with something like leaving your headlights on for 4 hours and the car actually still starts. So from a customer's perspective, meet or exceed their expectations. Now, let's talk about some other customers, some internal customers, the people that have to manufacture the Chevy Volt. In this context, manufacturing point of view, they're the customers, each one of these work centers that the car passes through on its way to being an end product. From a manufacturing point of view, each customer there wants the product to not waste any material or any labor. They want it to go together flawlessly, first time, every time. In addition, some of these internal customers, if they have to do a setup, for example, the machine that stamps out the left and the right front fenders of cars, they want the setup to change from doing a left fender to a right fender to be as short as possible and cost as little money as possible also. In addition to that, from a manufacturing point of view, a valuable product is one that customers want and that we're already manufacturing so that we don't have to go through the learning curve. So now we've looked at 2 points of view, the customer's point of view, the end user of this Chevy Volt, and the folks in manufacturing that have to manufacture the Chevy Volt. Finally, one other view, from an engineering design point of view. The people that design up these cars that we drive all over the place, what they're looking for, what they value, is that the item has features that add value from the customer's perspective. And what I put up here to kind of highlight this is just part of the dashboard of a Chevy Volt. It tells you things like how many miles per gallon you're getting, how much time you have used on the battery, because remember the Chevy Volt is a hybrid car, what kind of energy efficiency you're getting. And if you look at the lower left-hand corner of that screen, the energy efficiency tips, some things that you can do to improve the performance of this hybrid car. So 3 different customers, 3 different viewpoints. The end customer wants something that is reliable and meets and or exceeds our expectations. In manufacturing, those customers want stuff that is not wasteful of labor and material, takes very little to set it up and run it, and is hopefully already being manufactured. Now, From an engineer point of view, everything they do, they want to make sure that it has value from the customer's perspective. So now we've looked at the customer's requirements, and we've looked at the value proposition to the customer from several points of view. Now that we understand what the customer wants, what they value, let's look at one possible way of delivering this product to the customer to focus on what they are looking at. And that is the House of Toyota framework. And this is specifically talking about lean manufacturing. Now, this is not the only way to have a customer-focused manufacturing environment. If you're in a job shop environment, you can use Surrey's quick response manufacturing, which is dealing with a lot of the same issues that we deal with in lean manufacturing. So let's take a look at the House of Toyota as one way to have customer-focused manufacturing. So here we go. Lean manufacturing starts with a foundation. We call it the base. In this example here, it's like the foundation of a house. This represents everything that we talk about from this point on is built on this foundation. In manufacturing, we're talking about the concepts of operational stability. The base includes ways to reduce the normal variation in the way that we build our product. It includes things like standardization of work and focusing on reducing variation by keeping the volume and the mix of products running through the organization at a consistent level that flows evenly over time. So in the House of Toyota, we start with that stable base. From there, just like building a house, we have to put up some walls. In the House of Toyota concept, these are called pillars. The pillars are the things that are built on that foundation of operational stability. They are things like just-in-time, specifically takt time, where the output rate of the manufacturing process is geared to the rate that the customer is taking the product from us. The end customer, we set up a factory to produce at the rate that the end customer is taking the material from us. In addition to that, House of Toyota has a concept called Jidoka, which is basically employee empowerment that allows the employees that are building the product, if they see a defect, to stop the production line until the defect is resolved and the thing that caused the defect is removed. This focus on empowering the employees to be able to stop production and not produce defective items is one of the keys of the House of Toyota. So we've looked at the foundation, operational stability. We've looked at the walls that hold it up, the pillars, just-in-time and Jidoka, and they all hold up a roof. The roof is the concept that any activity that we do in the manufacturing of this product for our customer, if it doesn't add value from the customer's point of view, then it's considered waste in the House of Toyota. And what we need to do is find ways to eliminate all of those types of waste. And in doing that, what we find is that the quality of the product improves, the cost of the product improves, and finally, the rate that we're able to supply the customer, that improves also. So now we're in the final stages. We've constructed the roof, and what we wind up with is this concept of the House of Toyota. And inside the walls of this house, it's what in the House of Toyota concept is called the center. It's basically a culture of continuous improvement everywhere in the organization that strives for perfection of producing the product and all the things that we do to deliver that product to our customer, while at the same time respecting each other and creating a safe and nurturing environment. And it's just like this picture. It's like a home that has a strong foundation, strong walls, a roof to keep out the elements. And when you're in there, we're all working together as a team. So, what we've covered in the past 15 minutes is customer-focused manufacturing, and it starts with finding out what our customers require of our products, then finding out what the value of the product is from all of our customers, both the external ones and also the internal customers that manufacture the product. And then we wrapped it up by looking at one way of aligning an organization to produce that product, and that is the House of Toyota framework in lean manufacturing. And as I mentioned, there are other focuses out there. If you're in job shop environments, you can use Surrey's quick response manufacturing. So that's it for this month's webinar. And pardon me, I'm tripping over my own tongue here because I'm trying to do too many things at once.